Okay, so easy way to remember the steps is it's going to be I test a brake, I test a brake, I test a brake, and then I do an air leak, and then a fan down, okay? So we test a tractor brake, a trailer brake, a service brake, and then we shut it off on position. Then I do an air leak test, my first fan down with the warning light and buzzer, my second fan down with the emergency spring brakes pop out. So B, 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 A, F, F. Brake, 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 air leak, fan down, B, 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 A, F, F. Brake, 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 air leak, fan down. Always remember that air leak.
What was the PCI on my air leak?
You should not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. Yep. And in order to do an air leak test, both these have to be in, and it has to be in gear 1 with the truck off and the key on position. Okay. This is how you do an air leak. Feet are not on the pedals. You tell him what you're going to do, and then you say, and I already got my warning light and buzzer because we didn't build enough air, but that shouldn't happen. But you tell him you're going to press firmly on the service brake, and I should not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. I don't want you guys mashing this brake pedal. Hear that? Psst, that's too much. Firm. So I tell everybody, in order to know how much to press brake pedal, it's almost like a handshake. You have 3 different types of handshakes. You have a real loose, weak handshake. You have just a nice firm handshake, and then you got people that shake really, really hard, don't you? So let me see your hand. I'll show you the difference. That's a loose handshake. You don't want to press the brake pedal like that. Firm means firm, right? Just firm. Not real hard, right? Same thing. That's loose. This is firm. Not really, really hard, right? Here, I won't squeeze you to death. So you don't want a loose. You want firm. Firm on the brake pedal. Not really hard, right? Oh, come on. But, I mean, that's the way I think about it. So most times, I don't have people that press really, really light. I have people that mash it down. So I have to tell them, back off of it a little bit. Just press it firm. So here's not enough. You'll hear, listen to when I let off. You barely heard anything, right? This is firm. Now listen to the difference. Did you hear it? Now this is too hard. Now listen. Can you hear the differences of how much air is leaking? Yeah. So not loose, not really hard, just firm. Because you're telling him I'm going to press firmly on the brake pedal. You already told him firm. Firm is firm. It's not really hard or not too easy, okay? So them are all little things that you guys can remember. I don't think I have any other things. Oh, the way I do mine, you guys can do it any way you want. So after I do my safe start, well, first I do my seat belt, my mirrors, my windshield. And then I start talking about the safe start. I always do it the same way, and I never miss anything. So I do seatbelt, mirrors, windshield, and then I go into my safe start. I make sure it's neutral, brake set. I talk about the ABS light coming on and off, and then I talk about the oil pressure gauge rising. So after that, I actually start it up. And I say the oil pressure did go up, right? So since I'm already going on the dash, I stay with the dash. Okay, I'm gonna do my water gauge, my volt, my 2 air gauges. And since I'm still on the dash, I'm going to continue with the dash. I'll go ahead and do my dash lights are working, and I'll go ahead and do my indicators, which is on the dash. I'm staying with the dash right now, right? I do my indicators, and then my high beams. So then, since I'm already doing the indicators, I just go ahead and do the wipers. I'm already here, right? I'm done with the dash, so now I'm doing my wipers. Wiper fluid, you got to hold this button in like this, and it'll come out. And then since I'm done with the wipers, I'm going to slowly work my way over to the brake test. So I'll come from the wipers, city horn, air horn, and then I'll do my defroster because it's on the way. Defrost, heat, and then I'm ready for the brake test every time. So I start with the dash and work my way over to the brake test. That's how I like doing it, and I won't miss anything. So you guys can do it any way you want, but I find it easy to begin with the dash, work your way over to the brake test, okay? And always, before you start your brake test, always make sure the air is where it needs to be. Like right now, if I started a brake test, I'm going to fail by the time I get down to my air leak test. I'm not going to have enough pressure. Remember what we said it had to be? Between
120 and 125.
It's not. If you want to make it build faster, bring your RPMs up between like 10 and 12 with the gas pedal. Raise them up with the gas pedal, hold it between 10 and 12, and just hold it there. What that's going to do is that's going to make the engine work harder, and the air compressor is going to work harder on the outside, so it's going to build air faster. All I'm doing is holding firm pressure on that gas pedal and holding it between 10 and 12. Now the air gauges will build up faster because the air compressor is working harder to build air in them tanks, right? So once it gets to where I need it to be, then I can go into my brake test, right? So it's almost there, it's building up. And you can even go over 12 a little bit if you want. I wouldn't go way up to 15. 15's a little too loud. You know, you don't want to over rev the engine. So anywhere just over 10, 12-ish. Now look at them building up. Now once they're done, you're going to hear a tss. It's going to tell you when it kicks off when it's done. Listen for it. This one's where it needs to be. This one's almost there. You're going to physically hear it. It's almost coming.
We don't have to do the air governor.
Did you hear it? Whoops.
We have to do the air governor test. I've seen.
No, you don't have to. No.
Is that different states?
Yeah, sometimes that'd be different state, right? So now we know that we have enough air for our air leak test. That's when we would tell them I'm gonna do my brake test, and I'm gonna test my tractor brake. So I'm gonna release the trailer. I'm gonna pull forward till you feel a slight tug. Okay, tractor brakes are holding. Set trailer, release tractor. Now I'm gonna test trailer brake. Again, you'll feel a slight tug. Okay. Now I'm going to release both. Pull forward, do a surface brake test, 3 to 5 feet. The steering wheel should not move left or right, which it's going to move left and right because we're in all these ruts. There's all these potholes and stuff, so it will move. It's not. It won't if you're on flat ground. Okay. Service brake stopped safely. As soon as you stop, tell them it worked. Service brake's working. Shut the engine off. As soon as you feel it die, take your feet off the pedals. Don't hold them. You don't want to waste air. Also, if you have the clutch down, it's likely to roll. That's why we have it in gear. It's holding us back. On position. Once I go into on position, I should have over 90 psi. Do you see? That's because I went into my brake test at between 120 and 125, right? If I wouldn't have went in, I'd be under 90, and he could fail me for that. I didn't have enough air. So now I got enough air to go into the air leak test, right? So I know it's a lot of information, but the more times you guys practice this, the better you're going to get at it, okay? So not only do you read the paper to memorize the verbiage, I need you guys to say it out loud too. You know, like if you're in the morning time or afternoon, or if I'm in here, come over here and work with me on in-cab, say it out loud. I don't care if you mess up. It's okay. Make a mistake. I'll correct you. Keep working on it, okay? Saying it out loud will help you guys out a ton. Okay?
Right.
Any questions? Nope, good? Yeah. All right. In-cab's important, guys, because if you don't get past this in-cab, you're not going to do your maneuvers, and you're not going to make it to the road either. So we got to pass this pre-trip. It's very important, okay? All right. Get all your videos.